Flooding has become a major hazard in Nigeria in recent years. It was estimated that Nigeria suffered combined losses of more than $16.9 billion in damaged properties, oil production, agricultural and other losses due to flood events in the past several years. Increased flood events coupled with lack of coping capacity and high levels of vulnerability of the people have continued to put many lives and properties at risk. Stakeholders are therefore increasingly concerned about the threats of flooding to communal safety and national development. Town planner Olutoyin Ayinde says in mitigating the effects of flood, planning should be done before development, as planning precedes development.
You do not develop before planning. The sequence all over the world is that planning precedes development, just like thinking precedes speaking. The good book says, do you see a man who speaks without thinking? There's more hope for a fool than for him. So do you see a man who develops without planning? There's more hope for a fool than for him. Such things like flood are the things that prove that fools are developing, because you are required to plan. And planning helps you to know the places that are floodable, the places that are wetland, the places that are low-lying. And when those information come to you, it helps you to take meaningful decisions of how to develop.
He also stated that most flooding have been caused by non-adherence to principles of planning and physical planning standards.
Flooding in estates like Trademore or others that may come in future, if we are not wise enough, it will be because we have not followed the principles of planning. We can't make headway trying to develop without planning. It's chaos. We are headed for destruction. For the way I put it is that we either plan or we perish. Planning helps us to know how to properly organize our land uses.
The absence of proper urban development planning process has over the years resulted in the gross distortion of ecological systems and has abused the floodplains, especially in the low-lying cities. In tackling flood risk in Nigeria, Town planner Olutoyin calls on the federal government and all stakeholders involved to understand the concept of planning before development.
The only way forward is as old as humanity. Socrates in 470 BC to 399 BC, that's even before Christ was born, he said by far the most admirable form of wisdom is that needed to plan and beautify cities and human communities. So if someone knew that centuries ago, we must be joking if we think we will make any headway without planning. So that's why our chief executives, the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, the governors of every state in Nigeria, the local government chairmen, people, leaders of thought, people, Nigerians generally, the ordinary man selling cigarettes on the street must understand the concept of planning, that when we do not plan, we are not hoping to make any headway in life.
Meanwhile, the national president of Real Estate Developers Association of Nigeria, Alhaji Aliyu Wamako, has also called on all developers and REDAN members to implement and adhere to the right-approved plans during construction.
We call on our members, who are the developers, to always respect the extant laws of building. Nobody is supposed to build on the waterways. So we feel that the extant laws is for you to respect what is given to you by development control approval.